practicing short shots or chip shots. What you want to do when you chip, you want to select a club that will land right onto the green and roll toward the hole. I'm using a 7-iron. I suggest that you use a 5, 6, or 7 as well. A chip shot is a little mini swing, just like this. Here are some of the basic fundamentals of chipping. When you grip the club, choke down on the club. Take your stance with your feet a little closer together. You'll notice I'm in a nice balanced position. My weight is on my left side, which will help me stay still over the ball. The ball is positioned off my right heel and sometimes off my right toe. Because of this, you'll notice my hands are slightly ahead of the ball. This will enable me to keep my hands and arms leading toward the target. The chip is just a little mini golf swing, just like this. When you chip, try to stay real still over the ball. Don't try to scoop it with your hands. It's more of an arms, shoulders, moving together. It's not a hand action or a chopping action. Also, notice that my back swing will equal my forward swing. Here's a tip that I like to use for beginner golfers. It helps them get a feel of how hard to hit a chip shot. Take your stance and take a golf ball. What I want you to do is toss it underhand right toward the target. You'll notice how I just moved my arms. I didn't move into the ball. I just swung my arms nice and freely.
I have a little chip shot here. I've selected a 9-iron. What I try to do is I try to chip the ball just across the fringe of the grass to the edge of the green and then let it roll like a putt. I'll chip with anything from a 3-iron to a sand wedge. The closer I am to the green, the less loft I use. The further I am from the green, the more loft. So that's a good practice to work with, to learn to use each club to chip with. Don't chip with a 7-iron all the time, but learn to chip with each iron. Okay, the weight is back toward the right foot. The ball is played back toward the right foot. I try to take the club right straight back and right straight through, keeping the head still and watching the blade of the club hit the ball. That was a good one.
Here's a quick tip for you. When you're just off the edge of the green, I like to take an 8-iron. Now, some people would say maybe a 6-iron or 7-iron or 5-iron might be the club, but in essence what I recommend that you do is take the 8-iron, lead your hands, and by doing that and slightly hooding the club, you reduce the loft on it, but you have a much larger surface in which to hit the ball. Golf is a game of percentages, and by using this method, I feel the percentages are in your favor.
Now, let's talk about a little bit about the mechanics of this chip shot. I understand you're using a 7-iron there.
Right, Jim. I'll run through some of the fundamentals of a chip shot because it's very important as a setup in hitting the chip shot. First of all, you have to choke up on the club because you're only hitting a little bitty shot. So you're in closer to the ball. Your left foot is pulled back, like so. Your feet are turned a little bit towards the target, not way around here, but halfway in between. You're choking up on the club, like I said. You play the ball back towards your right toe, and your left hip is turned out of the way, like so. Your shoulders, though, are parallel to your line of flight. Your hip is turned out of the way so that you can pull the club on through, plus your right foot will move in. Now hit a few here and watch how important the leg action is in the chip shot. See how the legs move on through the shot?
Yeah, that's a nice looking shot there. Why do you turn your left foot out? Is there a reason for that, or does it make you get through the ball better, or what?
Well, yes, you turn your both feet. Now, a lot of people have a tendency to have both feet straight, and it blocks their body, and when they do that, they hit it with their hands, and you don't want to hit the shot with your hands. Your hands stay very firm through the shot. You turn your feet somewhat towards the target, like so. Then when you swing your arms, your hands stay very firm through the shot. See when I finish where my hands are?
Yeah,
they're not collapsed, they're still firm.
I know.
My legs have done the work.
Yeah, I noticed when you set up, you set your hands a little on the forward of the ball.
All right, you imitate the hitting position of a full shot. As you're coming in the ball, your hands lead the club. So we go to that position on a chip shot to start with, where the hands ahead, and the hands stay there through the shot. The club never catches up with the hands. See where my hands are when I finish now? Yeah. My hands are still ahead of the club. You let the legs do the work.
Yeah, those are good shots.
This is
good.
This is a shot that also takes practice. Once you get the technique, there's nothing like practice because it's a feel shot.
Yeah, those are
and you have to, nobody can tell you how hard to hit the shot, and every shot is a different length. So practicing your different length chip shots is very important, and working those legs underneath. And
getting away from the mechanics a little bit, well, let's look at the mental aspect. Exactly what are you thinking as you're preparing to make the shot? And what are you seeing, actually?
Well, once you've collected all your data of how far along the shot is, the speed of the grass, and everything like that, and sort of put that into your little computer there, then you basically get over the shot and you picture the shot, how it's going to break. You picture the curve of the ball going towards the hole, and you feel how hard to hit it. Now, that's somebody says, how hard do you hit it to go that distance? It's a feel, and it comes from your practice. So picture the break of the ball, like this one is to the left of the pin about a foot. Picture the ball curving, and feel your shot, how hard to hit it. That looks pretty good right there.
Yeah, that's a good shot.